Atari is coming out with an Intellivision. They're calling it the Intellivision Sprint, which obviously that's not an Atari-owned product, well, back in the day, but it is now. They bought, the licensing rights to be able to port out their own mini console and a bunch of the games, which is cool because these were, competitors back in the day. This came out just after the 2600, I think 79 or something. I'm intrigued by this. I saw a few comments on Discord saying, "Oh, I'm not really into this." I am. I have never had an Intellivision. Kind of like the idea of one. And again, this is one of those plug and play ones, which is very convenient just to have on your desk, like the Specky and all those on the Atari one. Yet you get an emulation, but it's kind of next best thing of owning one. I'd love to own one at some point, but the whole HDMI thing is kind of cool. Yeah, Atari owns Intellivision now. Yeah, which is crazy. I don't think they've got access to all the games though. There are certain games apparently that they don't have access to be able to put out. But where is Bubsy? They might put a Bubsy version on it. Oh, we were thinking maybe we're going to announce a Bubsy movie. So the Amico is not part of the deal. The Amico is a separate thing, so you won't see Atari trying to put out the Amico. The countdown was there was a countdown on the site that had an hour to go, and the news had already been released. So let's look at this. So you can pre-order it now. So uniting Atari and the Intellivision after 45 years ends the longest running console war in history. I mean, they were kind of they were against each other really at late 70s and that, and then the crash happened, I guess. Atari ends the world's longest running video game console war by purchasing the Intellivision brand, and you got the history of it. I want one of these, I'll be honest. I think retailing at about £100. I think it'll go down. The Atari 2600, I can't remember what it's called, that version of that one, went down to about £40 quite quickly. I can imagine this will go down a little bit as well. I don't know if it's got as much sway as the 2600. I think the 2600 for broadly way more iconic. It's kind of next to it, but it's more iconic to me more than some of the other machines, I guess. The Atari have kind of been putting out the other mini versions. It's just kind of weird, isn't it, with those controllers? I always thought it was odd because it is literally like remotes that you're playing with, the little decals that kind of go over them. I like the way they've got a video of it. I kind of love what they're doing, to be honest, with the nostalgia. I mean, I'm still between of will you actually play these games for that long? But I like the convenience of having a collection. And I think the name's cool. The Sprint. It's actually a good ad, to be honest, with the music and everything. HDMI, I always like to see that. It's always good for someone like me who's a streamer, be able to plug and play it. Wireless controllers now. 45 in built-in games. It's Boulder Dash, isn't it? I think that's Astro. Yeah, it's got names on the thing. And I love that menu. It's very much like the Specky menu. It's pretty cool with all the overlays like that. Nice. On your mark, get set, play. I mean, I'm interested in that, a lot. I mean, I never had it in television growing up, obviously. I kind of knew it existed. And I like how weird it is. It's a weird thing to say, but I do think it's kind of weird. And with Vectrex coming back as well, and then this is just, I think it's a cool time to be a retro gamer. I mean, you might be interested, but it's cool that they're kind of pushing these out. It shows that they must have done the market research and realised there's a market for people who would get one of these. The overlays come as standard. And yeah, I think that's quite cool. Obviously, they're going to release new games, though. I feel like they're going to do what they did with, say, the Atari. We're publishing kind of new versions of the older games. Because they've got obviously licensed to a lot of those games, they could do that as well and sell those kind of premium. Always loved how futuristic it looked. Not a fan. Yeah, that's the thing. I kind of like how quirky it is. It's more of how curious I am of how it plays rather than how much I'll play with it. If you know what I mean, that makes sense. The overlays make me want to collect. Yes, because man, 100% high five. This is the issue. We're all mad collectors. I do like that they're doing their best to keep the stuff relevant, and it is important. The game, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And I think for me, rather than I kind of show this and how much Intellivision games go for, and this is sold, so people have actually paid this, Spider-Man. So they're not that well, I say not that expensive, but a tenner for each of the games. But yeah, for the system there, vintage Mattel, Intellivision, console boxed, and modular games. So they're not actually as expensive to buy originally. To be honest, I thought they'd go for a lot more. I don't know why, because Ataris go for the same price, if not cheaper. So you can get these, like the He-Man game. I actually played that a few years ago. It was not bad at all. The He-Man game was pretty good. I want to get this. I really want to get that for me He-Man collection. So yeah, it's not actually bad to collect for. I wonder if it'll. I doubt it'll play the original console games. It didn't say anything about that, did it? Like it did with the original the Atari. It looked like it just had 45 built-in games. It'd be cool if it did, but we'll see. We'll see. The games aren't that expensive at all, but again, it's kind of the similar to Atari 2600.